Located to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Caroline Mueller. A Kentucky author and advocate for harsher punishment in child abuse cases is proposing legislation in memory of 10-year-old Jaden Spicer. Joe Clark says if passed, Jaden's law would impose stricter protections for children and increased sentences for abusers.
Anybody that's ever convicted of a crime against a child will be forbidden from ever having custody of another child.
No bill we'll ever file is going to be, sort of the silver bullet to stop it. But I do hope that this brings attention to a tragedy.
State Senator Brandon Smith of Hazard backs the bill. You can learn more about the legislation on our website, WYMT.com. A Floyd County teen pleads guilty in connection with a shooting incident last year in downtown Pikeville's parking garage. 18-year-old Brandon Poston pleaded guilty to amended charges of assault and possession of a handgun by a minor. He was originally charged with attempted murder. One person was reportedly hurt during the incident in October 2024. Prosecutors recommend an 8-year sentence. He's expected to be back in court for sentencing on November 14th. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet has started installing automated speed enforcement devices in highway work zones. It's the latest effort to keep workers safe and drivers accountable. The cameras come after the Kentucky General Assembly passed the Jared Lee Helton Act earlier this year. Among the first places to receive cameras this week are a US 25 work zone in Fayette County, an I-75 work zone near Corbin, and one on I-64 in Shelby County. Additional work sites will get these cameras throughout the fall.
For the most part, we had a nice day throughout eastern Kentucky. Had a little bit of a renegade shower earlier this morning, but right now all is quiet on live pinpoint Doppler radar, and this is going to, for the most part, get a break as we go into the weekend. Maybe a stray shower or two tomorrow as well as Sunday. High pressure, our nice fair weather friend, is large and in charge. You can see right there, there's your big H right there. Basically, we're going to stay mainly quiet as we go throughout the weekend. Temperatures right now in the 60s from top to bottom, left to right, making for a beautiful Friday night throughout the area. If you have plans overnight, make sure you have that WYMT First Alert weather app on your device to receive the latest information. Where we have temperatures staying in the mid-60s, we're going to stay partly to mostly cloudy throughout the next several hours. I have the complete First Alert forecast coming in a few minutes. Caroline.
All right, Eric, thank you. In March, ground was broken for the Buckhorn Water Treatment Plant. Earlier today, a bid was accepted to continue its development. Perry County Judge Executive Scott Alexander says the project has been in the works for years, but there's still more work to be done, with 2 or 3 years of work still left for construction of the plant.
I think within 6 weeks they'll actually see work going on site, and then for the next couple of years they'll see this plant come to life. They'll see the construction happen. They'll see the building take shape, and then they'll see water in the lines. And so it's just a great time.
He says the plant will help to service Perry Countyans in the Buckhorn area and in the industrial park with better access to clean water. Earlier today, folks in Hyden gathered together to support those seeking recovery. The Mountain Comprehensive Care Center's intensive outpatient program hosted a recovery rally. The rally included several booths with information and resources for those seeking employment, education, and support. The speakers also shared their own stories of recovery to let others know success is possible.
The visibility and shining a light on it, it really brings awareness to it. It helps people out. People feel like they can be seen. People feel more understood.
MCCC says they are thankful for everyone who came to support those seeking recovery, including the organizations offering help and Roadie's Barbecue for providing free food. A documentary about the deadly 2022 Eastern Kentucky flooding produced by the Kentucky Governor's Office was shown in the capital city today. An audience gathered at the historic Grand Theater in Frankfort to watch Rising. WYMT's Bill Pendleton spoke to the governor and lieutenant governor about the documentary's impact.
People lined up in downtown Frankfort to see a documentary that was just over an hour in length, yet it chronicled events that lasted months and in some ways is still ongoing.
But it also talks about this rebuilding, which I think is the most ambitious rebuild maybe in the history of our country.
The documentary Rising shows what happened right after the flooding started in July 2022, but also the spirit of the rebuilding and in some cases relocating.
We're moving people from the valleys that flood up on top of abandoned coal mines and $1 million views and affordable housing.
Frankfort, of course, experienced its own devastating flooding just under 6 months ago, and officials say that this community, as well as many others across the nation, may be able to learn from some of the lessons learned that this documentary highlights. They say the worst of times brings out the best in many.
It really is a story of triumph, and I just wish everybody in Kentucky could see it.
I mean, it's an amazing thing when you see Kentuckians respond with kindness, with that parable, the Good Samaritan.
Shows successes, but officials admit that it also taught them lessons for the future.
It taught us how to organize quicker, to respond quicker. With every natural disaster, our goal is to be quicker and more efficient with our responses.
Kentucky's leaders say the documentary highlights how local, state, and federal resources were used to recover. In Frankfort, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Officials say proceeds from the ticketed event will go to the Team Kentucky Storm Relief Fund. Next month, a downtown hazard organization is taking over the airwaves. The Appalachian Arts Alliance will be on WSGS for their 5th annual Radio Takeover Day on October 14th. It's part of the Art Alliance's Month of Giving, or as they call it, Donate and Create. Staff and students have some special things in store for folks listening in.
We take over the airstreams. We usually have live music from our students, people in the community. Us staff at the art station like to do a song or two just because, you know, we like to just make some music and sing and do all the fun things.
Folks can also expect to hear from Hazard Mayor Happy Mobilini and Perry County Judge Executive Scott Alexander as they face off in their annual DJ battle. You can tune in to WSGS on October 14th to hear all the music and fun. Pikeville Pride is preparing to transform the city's main street tomorrow for its annual celebration. The event, which is organized by the Pikeville Pride organization, not the city, is planning to bring food, music, merchants, a friendly drag performance, and more to downtown Pikeville tomorrow from noon to 7 p.m. Organizers say safety has been a huge investment this year to make sure attendees have a pleasant experience, using half of the budget to pay for a private team to keep the event secure.
Here we are, our 6th year. We're so excited. It's 6 sweet years of Pikeville Pride, and rain or shine, we will be there.
The event is free to the public, but registration is required for entry. You can find that link on the Pikeville Pride Facebook page. Coming up on Mountain News at 11, thousands of people are celebrating the annual World Chicken Festival in London.
And in the world of weather, will you need the raincoat or the sunglasses for the festivals this weekend? Details coming up.